Destinee asked like,
Destinee, stop.
okay.
Press the record button again.
I've been natural my whole life. I never had a problem with my hair. Like, I've always been confident about my hair type, and I guess that comes from my mother. Like, she always told me that I was beautiful, my hair was beautiful, my skin's beautiful. But it wasn't until like high school that I really started paying attention to my hair, and I started to wear it like in these cute natural hairstyles such as braid outs and such, because before then I would always just keep my hair in braids, and like I ventured out to different styles such as like wearing like cute little ponytails and box braids and different hairstyles. Yeah.
So my natural hair journey started when I was 14. I started in high school, but I pretty much didn't like it because I wasn't comfortable with it. So I would straighten my hair all the time. I had a point where like I would just wear braids or like wigs and stuff. And then I got to college and I continued that, but I just got really, really lazy. So February of 2018, I decided one random Sunday, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna start over because my hair was, damaged from color, from heat. So February 18, 2018 is when I officially started my journey. I cut all my hair off. I had like a low buzz cut, and from there I've been growing my hair out ever since, and this is where I am now.
Alright, so I've been natural maybe 5 years in August. I big chopped my freshman year. Like literally I moved in at Howard University, took a shower, and saw all the dead ends, and I was just like, yeah, this gotta go. So I took paper scissors and just chopped all my hair off. And that's really how it is. I've been, doing my natural thing. And one thing that helped me a lot was protective styling. Like I have one in now. I love a good sewing. But during my freshman year, I did a lot of crochet braids, like, with the Marley hair, the latch hook. That really helped keeping my ends tucked away, and being that my hair was cornrows most of the time, like it was always detangled in some form of fashion. So when it came down to actually doing my hair again, I didn't have a lot of breakage. So that was really, for like the first year, it was all about protective styling. And once I moved back to Jersey, because I only went there for my freshman year, it was kind of just, learning my hair, doing a lot of twist outs. That's when I really perfected my twist out. I was trying a lot of products, seeing what worked for my hair. A lot of things don't work for my hair, and I also learned like vocab as far as like density and porosity. So when it came down to learning my hair, like the actual science of my hair, that's when I started seeing my hair grow a lot more, because I knew how to cater directly to my hair. I knew what things on the label meant, and I knew what my hair couldn't tolerate. So just over the past almost 5 years, so I'm still learning my hair, because your hair is constantly changing. And yeah.
Hi guys, my name is Chelsea. So the question that you asked me, Destinee, was what is my hair journey, correct? Okay, so my hair journey is actually very interesting because growing up, my hair was all natural, and as I got to high school, I felt like being natural was not in style. I wanted to fit in, I wanted to be like everybody else. So sophomore year, I decided to perm my hair. I permed my hair, and then I just kept perming it, straightening it, doing all these things to it that was potentially damaging my hair. And because my mom was always taking care of my hair when I was growing up, for me it was kind of like I didn't know how to take care of my hair, and I didn't feel like I would be accepted, and being natural was a thing anyway, so why even focus on being natural? So throughout high school, permed hair. Then I cut my hair into a bob, and then I completely cut off all my hair, and I had like a short Rihanna pixie cut thing going on. And even with short hair, my hair was still permed. And I let my hair grow out, then I cut it again. And then I said, I'm gonna try transitioning, because maybe that'll be a little bit easier for me to manage. But then again, me doing that wasn't easier for me to manage. I just felt like I can't do it, this natural thing is not for me, so I'm not gonna put up with it. Kept perming my hair, didn't want to listen to anybody about how it was damaging my hair, because for me, I felt like my hair was growing, so why does it matter if my hair is permed or shit? stuff, and I would just focus on trimming my route. Then afterwards, it wasn't till actually this year, because I saw people at William Patterson, they were always having their hair like natural and stuff like that, but it wasn't until this year when I finally said, okay, Jess, like, it's time for you to stop trimming your hair, because at some point, not to say that my hair wasn't growing, it just wasn't who I wanted it to be. So I ended up cutting my hair and wearing it out natural for a little bit. I actually cut my hair in December 28th. Janelle cut it for me, and I wore my natural hair out short for a little bit, but I'm still not comfortable with my hair, and I'm still learning how to be comfortable with it. But I don't wear my hair out. I wear wigs and I do things like that to keep it protected, because I want to protect my hair, but in reality, I'm not 100% natural. I'm not 100% comfortable with my natural hair.
So my hair journey basically started around the age of like 5. That's when I really started to get into my hair. For the most part, I grew up natural, but around me, I saw everybody like the straight hair and like long, luxurious hair, and nobody really had curls or kinky hair, which is what I had. So at the age of, I believe it was 9, I got a perm, and I had a perm until about sophomore year of high school. And while I had a perm, my hair originally was like back length, like it was super long, but then it started to get shorter and shorter and just horrible. So I decided around sophomore year of high school to go natural. I never did the big chop. That wasn't something I was about to do. I don't think I really look good bald. So I decided to just transition my hair, which is growing it and cutting it little by little. I would say I was completely natural by my senior year of high school. So I've been completely natural for about 4 years now.
In some ways, I do believe that society has influence on how, like, Black women may view their hair. I don't think it's as bad anymore, but before, like, everyone wanted the long, straight hair, but nowadays, like, people, like, love that, like, curly hair look, if that makes sense. Like, and I'm not talking about, like, the 4B, 4C hair that I have. I feel like when people talk about curly hair, they're talking about like the looser texture hair, like the 3A, 3B, 3C type hair textures. Personally, I don't think it has an influence on how I view my hair, because I'm comfortable with my hair. I love my hair. Yes, there are some days where I'm like, damn, I wish I had this type of hair. But I don't let it influence me, because this is how I was meant to be. This is how I was born. I was born with this type of hair. But like I said before, in some instances, I do feel like it does have an influence on how we view our hair sometimes.
So I definitely do believe that society plays a big part on how natural hair has become such a big thing and a big identity to some women. I definitely think that women in general are starting to get comfortable with their natural hair, but I do think there's still like that adjustment that we need to have for society, because jobs are not accepting of it, or your future career, say if you wanted to be a doctor or something like that, you always have to keep professional. So I do think that society is like very anti, but not really. So we're kind of in like that transition period.
Right now, no. When I first big chop, yes. Because, you're a freshman and you see, especially going to Howard, like you see all these beautiful women, you see all the attention they're getting, and as a woman, it's like, well, I'm cute, why am I getting that attention? But I kind of made myself believe that it was because my hair was shorter, and being that we live in a very patriarchal society, a woman with short hair, especially 5 years ago, wasn't something that men really wanted to see. So a part of me growing into myself and into my sexuality, it was one, I don't really care for men, if I'm being very honest. Like, not care for men, let me not say that, but just being that, like I said, we live in a society that's mainly run by men, their opinions became less valid when my opinion of myself became more positive. I had to learn that like whatever I do with my hair, with my face, with my clothes, I have to like it before I expect anybody else to like it. So over the past 5 years, that's one of my biggest struggles that I had to deal with, and that's like the biggest lesson I've probably learned, and that's the biggest lesson I'm still learning, that I always have to make sure that I feel good about myself before I expect anyone else to even consider feeling good about me or liking me or loving me. So that's the only really big view. Like right now, I love my hair. It's covered up now, but it's cold and my hair breaks off in the winter. It's not a societal thing that I want to have straight hair. It's a protective style. So like I said, when I first big chopped, it was a big influence on me. You know, I was concerned that I didn't look pretty. I was concerned that I looked like a man. My mom, she told me I looked like a little boy. No matter what makeup I put on, I was always a little boy. So now, none of that really matters. Not because my hair is longer, but because my self-love is a lot greater than it was before.
I do believe that society has a really big view on my natural hair, because I feel like though everybody now in this era is like wearing their natural hair, everybody's embracing it, I still feel like there's always people that are looking at you like, oh, why do you want to wear your natural hair out? What's so good about natural hair? And I think also because everybody has different curl patterns, everybody has different ways of wearing your hair, and especially when you're not comfortable with your curls and you're not confident with it yet, then it's kind of like, I think certain people can tell that you're not confident with your hair, so then they end up saying things that make you a little bit more uncomfortable. And then also in society, you have certain jobs that won't accept your natural hair in certain ways. They want you to straighten it, they want you to fit in with the rest of the corporate industry, and I feel like that sucks, because it's like, if you already have the strength to come out and be who you are, embrace your natural beauty, why is society still telling you that you can't be yourself?
Me personally, no, just because I've always been my own person, very like opinionated, and how I feel is how I feel. So if people didn't like the way I did my hair, I was kind of like, okay, that's you. I love my hair. I do think that it has an influence on how other people view their hair, or how other people view natural hair in general. It was not really a big thing to be natural until maybe my sophomore year of college. So I do think that society did play a big part in everyone else's view on my own natural hair journey.
I think it was middle school, like I went through this stage where like, even though I was always comfortable in my natural hair, like middle school I went through this stage where I wasn't as comfortable wearing it out in its natural state. Like 7th and 8th grade, I was straightening my hair like crazy, because like I saw other girls started doing that to their hair, so I was like, I want to do that to my hair as well. And I would get like the blowouts at the Dominican salons like every 2 weeks, and I would, on top of that, straighten my hair myself. And I guess at that point in my life, I was uncomfortable with wearing my natural hair out, because I wanted to like fit in with what other girls were doing, because a lot of them were also getting relaxers, and yeah.
So feeling self-conscious about my hair, I definitely did feel that when I first chopped my hair off, because I thought I looked like a boy. So I was like so anti, like I'm not gonna show my hair, like men aren't gonna be attracted to me, you know, my mom probably thinks I look like a boy. But as time went on, I kind of grew with my hair. So it was like a natural hair journey, but it was also a love journey for myself. So, you know, sometimes when my hair doesn't look as best, I still do feel self-conscious, but I feel like now that a lot of women around me have influenced me to embrace it, I'm pretty good now. So, yeah.
So self-conscious in either the workplace or school? No, not necessarily. High school, I had a relaxer, so my hair was pretty much straight for most of the time, which was acceptable, so I was never really given any flack about my hair. The only time I was self-conscious about my hair was when I big chopped. Just walking around campus, you didn't see many women with short hair. And then those you did see with short hair, they had the beat face, they were skinny, like they had a bunch of other things to cover up the fact that they had short hair. So that was the only time I felt self-conscious about it. Now, it's kind of like my hair is a phenomenon. Like people, like I'm hair goals now. When I was looking at people 5 years ago, I never considered myself or even thought that I would be someone's hair goals. So sometimes I get a little like, okay, you know, are they gonna look at me weird? Are they gonna make assumptions about me because of my hair? But I always have to keep reminding myself that at the end of the day, my resume speaks for me. So if someone's going to be taken aback by my hair or make their decision based on my hair, then they just lost an asset. Because what does my hair have to do with me being able to do my job effectively? It's not a thing. So, like I said, I had this process of me still learning to love myself is understanding my value, and my value doesn't stop with my hair. No matter how long it is, how good my wash and go is, my value doesn't stop with my hair, because now I'm at a point where I can cut my hair off right now and I'll be okay because I'm still the same person. I still add value wherever I go.
I'm actually still very self-conscious about wearing my hair because, like I said, I don't wear my natural hair out. I haven't worn my natural hair out since probably the end of January, because when I came back to school, I was still wearing it out for a little bit. And even though a bunch of people were telling me, like, oh my gosh, Chelsea, it looks great, your hair looks great, I still, for me, though other people were giving me that encouragement, if I didn't feel like I looked great, then I didn't really care how other people took it. And I know that sounds kind of crazy, but for me, I just felt like I'm not 100% confident, so how are other people going to see my confidence through my hair? And even though they can tell me till I'm red in the face that my hair is beautiful, that I should embrace it, that I should this and I should that, I still continue to wear my hair in wigs and wear it in different protective styles, because I also do want my hair to grow, but I also think it's because I'm not 100% comfortable within my own natural hair that I'm still not wearing it out.
When I first went natural, I was very self-conscious about it. When I was going to school, I think I was a little bit less self-conscious than a lot of other people, only because I went to an all-girls school, so it wasn't really hard to transition into that. I would say that as I got older and started to work, I wear wigs often. I love wigs. So that first time when I'd be in between a wig or in between hairstyles, so I just wear my hair out. That first time that I would wear my hair out, I would feel a little bit what are they gonna say? Are they gonna think that it looks okay, or whatever the case may be? But after that first time, I kind of just got over it, because nobody really, again, like I said, my sophomore year of college, everybody seemed to think natural hair was great, so it wasn't really a problem for me after that.
Advice that I would give young Black girls and women for wearing their natural hair is just to embrace who you are, because if you're not confident in yourself, people are going to see that. And I feel like self-confidence is the best confidence. Embrace who you are, love your natural hair. It's not going to be an easy journey, but in the end you'll see wow, I was tripping, because I really have some beautiful hair and I'm a beautiful person as well. So yeah, embrace who you are. Don't try to fit in to society's norms and their expectations. Just embrace your natural hair.
So the advice that I have for young women trying to embrace their natural hair is to love it for what it is. God gave it to you for a reason, and that's just your life. Sometimes in life we're not gonna like things of ourselves, but it's important to love ourselves regardless. So this is you. Embrace you, and you are beautiful regardless of what anyone has to say.
Okay, advice. I have a few tips. Protective styling. Protective styling, protective styling. I'm not saying you need to wear braids 12 months of the year. I'm not saying you need to have a sew-in all year round, because that in turn can break your hair off. But protective styling literally locks in the moisture of your hair. It protects your ends. It causes your hair to break less. The longer your hair gets, the more it rubs up against your clothing. And if it's not a silk or satin material, you're snapping your ends. If you ever looked at your ends, you have things like single strand knots. You have tree branch looking split ends. You have split ends that just bifurcate like this. There's a lot of things going on with your ends that you need to pay attention to, and when you protective style, they're tucked away, so the likelihood of those things happening decreases. My second piece of advice is to deep condition. Deep condition. I deep condition maybe most at max every 10 days. I always have some sort of deep condition in my hair, and it's always a mask. It's not just something, runny consistency. It's always something thick. And I put a cap on, and I sit 30 minutes to an hour. Sometimes I sleep with it on, depending on what it is. And just locking that moisture in your hair. Now, you don't want to over moisturize your hair, because then your hair becomes gooey and gummy, and you can tell when your hair is oversaturated. That is a thing. Oversaturation of moisture is a thing. So just be mindful that you don't always have to sleep with your cap on. You don't always have to deep condition for 5 hours. 30 minutes sometimes is good enough for your hair, just to bring back some life into your ends and make your curls pop again. And 3, F these people. That's simply, can I say that? Okay, simply put, that's easier said than done, but you have to be willing to take yourself on that journey to get to that point, because you can't go backward from there. Like, once you're at that point of I love myself regardless of what anyone else says, there's no retreating from that. You can't recede from that. It's only up from there. So society, they're gonna set their rules. People gonna talk about you when you're 6 feet under. While you're having this life to live, while you're on this earth, you need not to care what anyone says, because at the end of the day, they're just words. And yes, words do hurt, but words, you'll forget about them easily. So learn to love yourself, learn to accept yourself, learn to heal with yourself, because sometimes you need that space alone, and be okay with knowing that not everyone is going to like or be pleased with what you do, because those who do appreciate you is going to weigh that out tenfold.
Advice that I have for women and young girls wearing out their natural hair is to honestly embrace who you are. Embrace the hair that you were blessed with. Embrace your curls. It doesn't matter if you have loose curls, in between curls, tight curls, kinky curls. Your hair is beautiful. You are who you are. I only say that because I wish that I was still more comfortable with my hair, and I think I'm slowly getting there. But I feel like don't allow other people, don't allow society to dictate you and how you feel about yourself, about your hair. Your hair is who you are. Your hair is your crown. Your hair is your personality. Your hair is everything that you want it to be, and that you can make it, honestly. So I feel like don't allow other people who feel like you shouldn't wear your hair a certain way because other people have straight hair, or their curls are better than yours, or their hair is longer than yours, make you feel like you're less of a queen, less of a person because of your hair.
Advice that I would have would definitely be just to take care of your hair. Everyone's hair grows, but not everybody is good at retaining their length. So don't worry about my hair is not growing, or it's not as long as I need it to be, and things like that. Like, as long as you work up a routine for yourself, you should be fine. As far as image, never be afraid to be who you are. Your natural hair is just that natural. It's what was given to you at birth, so it shouldn't be something you should be ashamed of. It's something you should be proud of. And as long as you take care of it, it's always going to look good.
Naturally in love to me means being comfortable with who you are.
So naturally in love means to me that anything about you that is natural, whether it be your hair, your body, your personality, is just to be naturally raw and in love with that rawness.
So what does naturally in love mean to you? Well, a Capricorn in me takes things very literally. So to me, it means just that, naturally meaning organic, meaning it's not something that's forced. It just comes naturally. So naturally in love is my love for myself, the things I enjoy, the people I love. It's not something that I have to make myself do. It's something that I willingly do without thinking about it. I look in the mirror and tell myself, I love you every day. Now I'm at a point where I know I mean it, because after I say it, I smile. A year and a half ago, when I was going through my mental health issues, I would say it and cry because I didn't like who I was when I looked in the mirror. So naturally in love, it's something organic. There's nothing that can top that, especially when it comes to self-love and self-appreciation. And then when you have a tribe of people who appreciate you just as much as you appreciate yourself, anything that comes and grows from that is just natural. There's nothing like I said, there's nothing that can top it. There's nothing that can change it, and there's nothing that will change it because you know and understand that at the end of the day, this is organic. So your tribe, your self-love, your family, all of those people, once you find that level of love and level of appreciation for yourself and with them, you're gonna be in love for the rest of your life, because love doesn't always have to be romance. Like Philadelphia is a city of brotherly love because there's different types of love. So just because you don't have romance, you have camaraderie, and that's always going to be there whether you are in a relationship or not. When you find that tribe of people and you find that love within yourself, love will always be around you and you'll never feel alone.
Naturally in love means to be something that comes easy, something that you don't feel like you have to try too hard and you have to think about. It's just something that you naturally do. For example, like your hair, if your hair is curly, you wake up and you want to wear it in a bun, it's natural for you because you naturally love the way your hair looks like that. Or like how you dress. You don't have to dress like everybody else. You don't have to wear the same things that everybody wears. If your style is different and that comes natural to you, that's something that you love because that's your personality and that's your style. I feel like with society, we tend to try to blend in with everybody else except for instead of loving who we are as individuals. So I think naturally in love is very important because it allows you to realize who you are and realize who you're meant to be.
Naturally in love means so many things to me. Naturally, like I said, is what's given to you at birth. It's what comes without question, what comes without thinking. And I think that love is such a pure form of positive affection. So when you put those two words together, you can only like receive positive energy. It's just good vibes. It's cultivating the youth and the love that we have for our community and each other. So.
So basically my advice to women that want to wear their hair in a natural state is to basically just start off by loving yourself, you feel me? Like, just love who you are on the inside, and I'm pretty sure it'll show on the outside regardless of what hair texture you have.
I feel as though men and women should really just love themselves. The advice I give to females in particular is that, you know, self-love is the best love. Before you look for love in a man or woman, you gotta first find love in yourself. That idea is kind of hard, but it takes time. But once you get there, once you begin to, you know, think of your flaws as your greatest assets and not your greatest weakness, you begin to truly be able to find love in yourself, and you can really begin to look for love somewhere else. You know, no matter what your hairstyle is, you know what I'm saying? I got cornrows, you feel me? That don't mean nothing. I love myself, and I feel as though I put my best self out there. Women, you don't need to, you know, feel judged by society, and if society feels the type of way,